Hello and welcome back. We are here for the third match in the third round of Grand Arena Championships. I'm currently sitting at 6-2. I'd like to move that up to 7-2, which would put me at 2-1 this pod. It's an interesting matchup tonight, so why don't we go straight to that screen. Here you can see when it comes to the lifetime banners and the current rank, I am ahead of my opponent. But it only looks like by about one win. Lifetime-wise, though, I have many more wins than my opponent. Now, that doesn't mean really much. He could have taken a week off. We don't know. So let's look at the actual roster stats. I have more Zetas. When it comes to average speed, though, we are sitting about even, or not about even, we are even on the top 80 tunes, which really is all that matters for this Grand Arena Championship. I have a couple more G13. He's got about 40 more G12, so his roster is a lot wider than mine, which could play a difference. We'll see, hopefully. If I can one-shot everything, it won't make a difference, but when you start needing extra teams, that's when the problems arise. When it comes to mods, he's got more in the 20-plus category, while I have about 50 more in the 15-plus category. So, it's an interesting breakdown there, because then he has more in the 10-plus category. So, he's gotten luckier on a few mods, while I've gotten lucky on many more mods in the middle range. Looking at the relics, he's got a couple more tier 7 than I do. But other than that, we are about equal. So, with that said, why don't we head on out to the board, see what we're working with. So, here you can see I switched things up a little bit from the first match. I didn't have a video on my last one because we were supposed to do a live stream with Zareth, but then his computer flunked out, and so it just didn't get recorded. Or my attacks didn't get recorded because we never ended up doing the live stream. So here's my defenses. You can see I have Kira and Jedi Knight Revan in a zone with Rey. I do have Malik on this team. I'm trying to prevent the Darth Revan counter, force my opponent to use his Jedi Knight Revan and General Skywalker for that team. Then come down here and I split up the General Grievous squad. Now, the reason behind this is B1 is going to steal a lot more banners on this Newt team than a Droideka would. So he's better there. And then I put Jango on the General Grievous team because it's going to prevent the Night Sister counter. So my opponent will have to use Jedi Knight Revan above. In the Rey zone, he can't use Night Sisters for General Grievous. So he's going to have to either overcommit with this Grievous team or take a chance to beat it. And last round, I'll back out and I'll show you how that turned out. Well, the answer is it turned out very well because he was able to beat the Grievous team, but then he struggled with this Newt team. And he actually one-shot my Rey team, but again, I don't mind if my opponent one-shots my Galactic Legend if he ends up having to take 5 teams on Newt. That kind of, either way, it achieves the purpose I want. So back to today's match. In the back, I have Darth Revan hiding without Malik. So even if he gets through all the teams, the Galactic Legend Rey, and let's say he uses Jedi Knight Revan and GAS to beat my Rey, he then has to come down below. He can't use Night Sisters. He can't use a cheap counter because of Jango on the General Grievous team. So what that's going to do is he might have to overcommit. And then when he gets back to that Darth Revan team, hopefully I've just had him overcommit so much in the front that he can't handle the Darth Revan in the back. When we're talking about what I'm going to face tonight, as you can see here, I have Geos. I have a First Order squad with Hux in there. And then I have a really strong Night Sister team. They're heavily relicked. When you take a look at the speeds, or at least on Asajj. She's got decent speed, not fantastic speed. Not something I want to risk using my troopers on, though, because basically because of all these relics. I don't want to risk that. Talzin is loaded up, even though it's a speed set. You can see when it comes to her damage, she's almost at 10,000. That's huge. The one thing I am thankful for is taking a look at this Spirit. He used a speed set. He made Spirit fast-ish, but there's almost no added offense to her. So I don't have to really worry about this Spirit. And then Daka has a speed set. She's got almost no health. So, I don't have to worry about that as well. Daka is definitely just modded completely wrong. He's got Grievous and a Newt team hiding in the bottom as well. This Grievous Watt team is quite strong. This Newt team, Haldo's not a great addition to this Newt team, but she does have a heal. I'm curious if that will play out at all. Otherwise, it's a fairly straightforward Newt team. So, with that said, why don't we take a look at the kind of battle plan for this. I've already filled out the front zones here, and you can see kind of what my strategy for attack is. This top is, it's all up in the air. It really depends on what's going to be hiding in the back. This is just my current plan for it. The bottom, that Grievous team is quite strong. So I'm going to use my General Skywalker. The thinking is, if he needs to use General Skywalker to beat my Rey, he's not going to have General Skywalker hiding in the back. If he has Darth Revan hiding in the back, well, I can just use my Padme team and then clean up if I have to. So I'm going to use General Skywalker against this Grievous Watt team, and then CLS against that Newt team, and I should be able to take the Dooku out basically immediately. There's no other stuns on that team, so I might lose some banners, but I should be able to at least take the team down. Alright, so that's the plan. Why don't we get to it? So I'm going to start with the toughest team on the board. That's this General Grievous team. I'm going to go in with a full clone team here because there's a lot of relics and no need to mess around. Now, the goal of this is basically just take everybody out before Skywalker kneels down and Grievous can take out some of my clones. So, Magna's gone. I wasn't able to land the days on the B2, but thanks to counters, that really doesn't matter. And because of the General Skywalker lead, well, as you can see, Watt tried to revive either Newt or Magna and just couldn't. So, there's Grievous, Watt down, 55 banners. It's not the greatest banner counter, but it's very hard for General Skywalker to lose. Now, if I'm honest with you, this counter is probably the one that makes me worried the most, just because Jango is sitting at R4. He's got a speed set on him, too. There is some added offense there. Not a ton, but, Jango can do some filthy things, so can a Droideka. So, I'm going to go in with the full team here and go from there. Alright, so we're going to start off. I want to get Dooku out of the way. I don't want stuns. I don't want counters. Next, we will get Tenacity down on Haldo. Put Confuse on her. And then we're going to Dispel Droideka. Then kill Newt. He comes back. And so we will kill Droidica. Now, ability block. And let's take out Newt. Alright, so there's Django's second turn. He has now lost damage immunity. And so we're going to take him out. Holdo did try and heal him, but ended up not mattering. Let's see if I can heal up a little bit. Chewie was too strong. So 58 banners. That's actually better than I was expecting. That opens up the back. And we have a Bosk Nest team and a Phasma team. So let's jump on out to the battle planner and figure this out. So we have Bosk Nest. Phasma. Alright. Phasma. And instead of using Traya against this Phasma, let me just check speeds. I don't imagine them to be too fast. Okay, First Order Officer is only 266. And Red Panda here does have a Zeta. He is actually who I'm going to attack first with troopers, because I'm not going to use Traya. I'm just going to use my troopers there and hopefully get a clear 60 banners. For that Bosk team, I'm going to use JTR. And then we'll worry about the top. I shouldn't need to change anything on my strategy for up there. So yeah, so that's the plan. Now let's just put this into action. So I'll start on the bottom, and I'm actually going to start with my troopers, because even though, especially in this case, my troopers out-relic and out-gear this team, troopers still give me minor heart attacks at times. So we're going to try and increase cooldowns. And there's Red Panda. Next, I'll go after First Order Officer. They make me nervous, and then, what was that, a 10-second victory for 60 banners? But we started in the bottom. Now let's go into this Bosk team. I'll use my standard JTR Nest Killing Squad. Alright, this team does have Greedo on it, which means I'm going to have annoying thermals. So usually I go after Boba first. I'm going to see if I can take out that Greedo, though. Just avoid extra thermal detonators. Now I'll stun Boba, and that solves the whole problem. So, alright, I don't want... Nest had low tenacity, so we'll daze her. I don't want her to keep countering. I still use the stealth from R2, even though Dengar prevents me from actually stealthing, because I want to get BB-8 to his Illuminated Destiny faster. That's the whole reason I'm doing that, even though I know it really does nothing. Because here, I got to pop off an Illuminated Destiny. We'll heal up R2 as well. He's going to take some more damage, but it can't hurt to heal him up now. Then I'm going to be forced to take out Bosk. Alright. Don't want Bosk coming out of stealth. Next, I'm going to dispel Holdo and start charging up Finn against that nest. Alright. Drop the AoE. And now I just have to wait to attack Dengar. So it's going to be using all basics on Nest until she gets turn. Except for Illuminated Destiny, I'm going to use just to heal up a little bit. And now we just have to play the waiting game until Nest gets a turn. Which should be very shortly. Alright. Finn big hit, stuns her again. And she's gone. Let's see. Finn could use a little bit of healing. And now we just need to take out this Dengar. And JTR should be able to take a turn meter, and that should be the 60 banners. So, 60 banners in both fights on the bottom. And we're starting off quite strong. Now, the top is where the tougher teams lie. This Night Sister team, we're going to start here. And where is First Order Watt? Okay, so First Order Watt. Drop the tank tech on KRU. Then weapons tech onto Fox. Now, I want to dispel zombie. Oof. And this is going to go poorly now. I was trying to get it done before Talzin got a turn off. Alright. Let's see. Start healing up Kylo. Alright, Spirit's gone. She can't be revived because of the Fox weapons tech. We need to get KRU a turn here. That way he can start taunting again. And this is an extremely fast zombie. So I'm just actually going to take her speed down. Alright. Let's see. Couldn't get the stun on Talzin. There, Talzin got the stun. That's good, because she was about to get her AoE. Now she's dead. Now let's stop Asajj from taking turns here. Alright, so it doesn't look like it, but I'm in pretty good control. Except for the dodges, apparently. Alright, we're gonna stun Daka, because I don't want to keep getting stunned. Feed turn meter. And zombie goes. So I'll take out zombie. Then Fox is going on a murdering spree. Take out Asajj. Now I need to get the kills with Fox for them to not revive. That's why I did that. I'm going to finish with full health and protection on the 3 that survived at least. So ugly banners at 54, but at least I finished with full health and protection on 3 of them. Next, we're going to go into this Geo squad. And I'm going to go in with the Night Sisters. It's a reliable counter for me. So it's Dispel Brute, he had Plague, which is why he wasn't dispelled there, but then he just got another turn. Alright, so dispel everyone. Let's get some Plague going around. Get more Plague. Bring Spirit back. Alright, now let's start working down their health with AoEs. And with the Plague. So bring Spirit back. Perfect. Got a stun. And Brood has Plague as well, which means that that stun can't be dispelled. Now, revive Spirit, and she dies. It's kind of a theme of this counter. Revive and die. Looks like I got Soldier as well. Let's see if we can take Soldier out. That revives Spirit. Spirit just missed taking out Poggle. Let's see. Sunfac. Don't want him taking a turn. Now we'll get the AoE off. Perfect. I get to heal up. We will dispel. And take out Spy. That's actually probably the best banners I've ever gotten in Geo's verse. Or Night Sisters versus Geo's. So it's hard to argue with that. 58. Daka, Asajj, and Talzin just never got attacked, and Brood never did his AoE. So that means my last attack here... Actually, I have to go to my normal defenses. It's going to be Padme against this First Order. Alright, so... I don't want the 2-turn stun, but I am going to put the protection up. I was able to dispel Anakin there. Now I want to take out Hux so he's not feeding any extra turns. Then I'm going to go after Fox because he's the damage dealer. So, dispel First Order Stormtrooper. Everyone's got Retribution. And so Kylo will basically counterattack. We'll get to counterattack him to death. There's Fox. Next. Let's go with Anakin. And just want to take out Kylo for the AoEs, because I don't want him to keep AoEing us. Then Shock dispels on basic, and then we're going to take out First Order Stormtrooper and save KRU for last. So, protection up. Then call Anakin, which calls Ahsoka. There's death. Now comes the hard part. So we're going to stun, or apparently not stun him. And to take him out, I'm going to need to build up some stacks of courage. Oh, but I do have healing immunity, so no, I won't. So there it is. 58 banners there, too. It's actually... Other than that First Order against Night Sister squad, I'm really happy with the banners I'm getting here. And we have an Akbar hiding in the back. His Biston is G12. So I'll go in with Malevolence. I know people frequently do this without calling any subs or reinforcements. I am not that brave. mainly because I can't practice that in my arena with no falcons hanging around. So we'll go in with Grievous. He kept his negotiator for offense. Hopefully mine gives him trouble. And away we go. Alright. Now let's get some droids down. Get more droids on Biggs. And take out Biggs. Going to bring Spy in now. And actually I'm going to take out Biston here. Then I'll take out Phantom. So FAC is down. Alright. Get the AoE out. Just missed the kill. There it is. Now we just have to deal with this Falcon and any dodges that it decides to do. If you go back to some of my old videos, I called a mass assist and Falcon dodged every single one. Luckily that didn't happen there. 53 banners is truly awful for a fleet win. And honestly, not the best score. 1909. Hopefully my defense gives him trouble. I'm actually really happy with the defense right now and what's down. I only tested it last round. As you saw, it did fantastically. So hopefully it does quite well here. So that's it for this video. I will let you know in the next video how this ended up, or down in the comments below as well. Thank you for joining me. Please leave a like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And with that said, I will see you in the next round.